things sometimes that sound
I said to the financial cost
as one of the many
was enormous.
It was a God experience. I just wanted to find God.
Simply feeling like you're inspired isn't always so.
Tell us about the solution.
As one
People
of
with
many
18 to 35 years of age start out at work.
hey, I don't have the skill for this particular problem to solve this particular problem.
None of us talked about the bread seller.
Hello, my name is Dipo Ayo Adeosi, and welcome to Heart of the Matter. Today in the world, we have more and more of the Generation Z creating an impact and taking over, especially in the areas of art, entertainment, and media. Just like that, today we have 13-year-old Moyo Ikenchukwu with a dream in his heart and a camera in one hand, looking to impact the youth of his generation through art. Welcome, Moyo.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
This feels weird being on show. Is this your first time on the show?
Yeah.
Yes, don't worry, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your background. You go to school right now, you're what, 13?
14.
14! Okay, my apologies.
No
But you go to school right now. Where do you go to school?
Keystone College.
Keystone College. So how did all of this come about? Tell me about, sort of how you developed this passion for photography, how it all started for you.
Well, it started last year.
Okay.
Well, I've been taking pictures bit by bit with people's camera.
Okay.
At the time I had a camera, but it's Sony, but unfortunately it can just stop working.
Okay.
I recently found the camera in my old suitcase, but the thing is just damaged. It's really, really damaged. But it actually grew last year when I went for my auntie's event. It was a walk against cancer because my mom's stepsister died of cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was a walk against cancer. So that day I met a man. His name is Mr. Paul. When I saw him, so that day he said to take a picture with the camera.
He said to ask you to take a picture with the camera?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I took a picture that day, and he liked it surprisingly. Okay. He said I should keep on taking pictures. So we walked from Parkview to the Lekki Koi Bridge.
Oh, wow.
So I was taking pictures.
All
the way through.
Wow.
So that same day, that same night, there's another event at Musan Center that my auntie was also hosting. So that day, he came. I didn't know he was going to come, but he came. He saw me. He was like, Moya, how are you? I'm fine. I said, okay, you want to take pictures? I said, okay, no problem. I took pictures from there. From there, passion just growing me again, take pictures. So I've been taking pictures for people, bit by bit. Not that they pay me for it, I just do it for free for them. But so one day he advised me I should join the media department in GLA, which I did. Okay. And I actually enjoy it. Because most times going to church for me is stress, I don't want to go to church, but since I joined the department, I must come to church early, that's my own thing.
Right.
I must come to church early.
So it's instilled some discipline in you because you now have responsibilities.
Yeah.
And not just come to church because you have to come to church. So.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So does it change your schedule? Do you have to think, ahead of time in terms of from the regular, teenager who has to go to school, do you have to think about other things as well?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think of other things, not really. The only thing I have to think of maybe on Saturdays when I have to do a dance video, but most times I don't end up doing it.
Dance video?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I actually dance.
So do you, in a group or by yourself?
More by myself.
By yourself?
By yourself.
So do you put that anywhere, on YouTube or something?
No, I want to start next year because I have to get a new phone because my phone is really messed up.
So please, people, Moyo needs a new phone to follow his passions and his dreams. So what kind of dance do you do?
Hip-hop, actually.
Hip-hop, actually. Oh, that's quite nice.
And sometimes choreography.
Feel pop up and drop it when we're done.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with it. Okay. Anyways, what's the purpose? What do you think is the purpose of art in the society? So you're doing this amazing project, which we'll get to in a minute, but it's for the benefit of others, to the best of my knowledge. So what do you think art has to do with society?
Well, art has different meanings, if you ask me. But to me, okay, I'll give you an example. My mom is an artist. She draws.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
And she draws. And most times she can spend 1 week drawing this one single thing. And to me, I'll be like, the same thing again. Most times I tend to take myself. So it's actually the best time for me to go and hang out with my friend. When she's drawing, Mama, can I go out? Do this or just go. Sorry. Yeah. But most times, it has to do with communication. Okay. There's this, for example, there's something she drew for my aunt. She just dashed it to my aunt. I showed someone this thing. I'm like, what's the meaning? He said, it actually deals with communication. There's hope in the midst, in all the trouble and time. I asked him, I said, how much do you think this thing will go for? He told me millions and millions and millions. But I asked my mom, I said, Mama, why did you give this to your aunt, your sister, your cousin free of charge? He told me that money is not something that one must, you have to like, money is something that you must want all the time. Do something from your heart, not because you're being paid for it. Because you see the outcome of everything when you do something from your heart. And it's better. Because you see, I want to do something, I'll get the money quickly. And you end up doing nonsense. So to my mom, it's like, do something from your heart. Now you ask the question, what's art doing in society? I think it's just sends out a message to people.
Right.
Because art didn't start now, it started way back in those days, but it deals with communication. Like you draw something, it may not make sense to you, but just to one person, it may make a whole lot of sense. So to me, maybe you draw something now, it may not make sense to me. Maybe someone has been discouraged, maybe someone lost his job. When he sees that thing, you just see the communication, like there's hope, even though I lost my job. There's hope even though I didn't pass my test. There's hope in everything. Because not all the time you see a picture, you just know the meaning. Maybe one person, the thing is, it impacts on one person or anybody.
So, wow, this is thrilling for me. You have a lot of wisdom for a 14-year-old talking about money in this perspective, because there's a lot of 14-year-olds, especially in your generation, who are very consumed, especially with social media, consumed with the finer things of life and material things, and want a quick get money kind of mindset generally. So first of all, are you on social media?
Yes, I am.
So how do you deal with that pressure? Because I'm sure you have friends, you have peers at school who are also on social media, and there's a lot of pressure to be about the glitz and the glamour and all these little things that people place their minds on these days. How do you stay true to like what you've just said, staying true to the more important things, making sure that people do things for a more fulfilling purpose than just for money? How do you do that?
I'm going to give a quick example. In my school, for example, everybody's on social media, like you said.
Yeah.
But most of the times when they do something wrong or stupid, I tend to the ones that are doing that they can actually talk to. Because most people in my school, they have this thing like they're very proud, so you don't come near them. Even when they have done something wrong, you don't come near them. So the ones I feel that I know I can talk to, I'll try to encourage them. Most times in my school, you bring something, they want to buy from you. This is the day that my mom, she was very sick, she couldn't do anything, she ordered food for me, so they bring it to my school. And it was actually rice and chicken from this Rishi thing at Wolo Road. The guy came to me, he dropped 2K, like, guy, give me your food.
So 2K to give him your food?
Yes. I was tempted to take it, but I said no. Why I didn't want to take it? Because they asked that same boy to contribute for his team in football, his football team, so he can buy, so he can make the new jerseys. Yeah. But he said he didn't have money. But
now you have money for food. Right.
I told him I'll give him the food on one condition. He said what? I said give the money for your school team to buy a new jersey.
Oh wow!
To my surprise, he actually did.
Did you give him the food?
I gave him the food, but I ate half of it.
Okay. Well, that's really nice. I like that. So you try to stay true to. But I mean, where does that influence even come from? How do you even know about these things? Is it your mom or is
No, I wouldn't say it's my mom. When I was 10, something really terrible happened to me and my mom. Okay. And it caused real mental damage for me. Okay. I'm still trying to go with the psychological effects and everything like that. Okay. But most times, it taught me a lesson. Because then, I have this attitude that, talking to people wasn't really my thing when I was a kid. Because then, you can be in a place like this, and maybe children there, I don't play with my mates then. I like playing with adults then. But now I started playing with my mates like that. But it actually taught me a lesson. That it's not everything you depend on. You depend on God only. Because when that thing happened to me, talking to God wasn't my best thing. I hated talking to God. But somehow I had to learn the hard way. Because if I didn't learn that time, I would not know how to do many things. People my age, I have lots of friends. But people my age, some of them can't even cook or wash their clothes. It was through beating I learned how to wash my clothes. My mom won't take such things. Yeah. She if you don't wash your clothes, it's beating out.
So you had to learn the hard way?
Hard way. But one thing was that I have a cousin. She doesn't know how to boil ordinary water. And I keep on telling her, this thing it's not going to affect you now. It's in the future. Because maybe your husband that doesn't believe in nannies, and you say you gotta enter the kitchen. How would you start learning at that age when you didn't start when you were young? So I was supposed to try to like influence my people, my mates in school, that don't depend on your nannies, do things yourself. Because when you depend on your nannies, it's going to affect you later in the future.
Let's just end things there. There's so much I want to talk to you about, but we're going to go on a quick break. When we get back, we'll have some more in-depth conversation with Moyo. Don't go anywhere.
Rejoice! 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 Rejoice!
Moyo, you talked about something really quickly. You talked about being able to do some things for yourself,
Yeah.
but then talking about, your friend, learning how to do things for herself.
Yeah.
But what is your perspective on that? Do you think that men should also learn how to do, because you have learned how to do this?
Yes, I agree. Men should have to do their things because even though women, like they do most of the things, doesn't mean that men should not do things by
And when you mean
themselves.
these things, you mean domestic things?
Yes, like
Okay.
cooking, or washing their clothes. Because look at it very well. You're surprised at the amount of men that have nannies that are married. They leave their boxes for the nanny to wash, which is to me, is dumb. Doesn't make sense. But think of it, men should know how to like wash their clothes by themselves and like wash their plates when you're done eating. Because most men, what they do is like they walk into the kitchen. Nanny is there, and their hands are not broken. And walk out.
Right.
It's one of my mom's friend like that. I went to her house one time like that, and I went to wash. I was finished eating it. My mom told me, "Don't leave that place in the kitchen." I went to wash it. Her friends told me, "Why are you washing the plate? Doesn't the nanny is there? She not slapped the nanny." I said, "No, you don't do that. That's actually wrong." When you hear this kind of from a child, you think child is very rude. But it's actually send a message to you that this thing is wrong. Because number one, if you do this kind of thing, your children are watching you. Don't forget, children and kids are watching you. So they will see this kind of thing and they'll pick it up from you. And when they grow up, they will have that same attitude. And they'll transfer it to their children. And it can go in generation until one day it actually breaks. I myself, the first time I started cooking that day, was actually a very terrible day for me.
Do you cook a lot? Do you cook a range of different foods?
Yes, most times I tend to watch movies that talk about these things, like Food Network.
Okay.
Like if you come to my house, like you hardly see me on any other thing apart from Food Network, most of the times. But nowadays, I actually drop that Food Network and focus on more things.
So could there be a future maybe in the culinary department, maybe being a chef? No, you don't think so? You can do more than one thing. Okay, anyways, keep going.
So the first time I actually started cooking, that day, my uncle came from Lagos. I was in Abuja at that time. He came from Lagos. So that day, Mom was cooking pepper soup and goat meat.
I love it.
So that day, I just wanted to be like a man and help. My uncle was dozing off. My mom meant to get something quickly. I was just staring at it like this. I didn't know the thing was burning. I was staring like this, staring, and staring, and staring. It kept on staring and staring until the fact that things actually. My mom came in. My mom, what are you doing? Get down, get down, get down. I got down like this. I was just trying to help. But watching that, it has not burned down, and the meat wasn't actually spoiled. It was still okay, but it was a bit burnt.
Okay. Well, I love
Then from there, I started cooking indomie. That's the first time I started cooking indomie. I started cooking indomie. That's the first time I started cooking indomie. From there, I started boiling rice, spaghetti.
Okay.
I started cooking stew from there.
Okay.
Then boiling meat.
And now, you're not more
The only
evolved.
thing I don't know how to cook yet is okra and egusi.
Don't worry, you'll get there. You will get there.
Right now.
So really quickly, one more question I want to ask you before we delve into the details of your project. I want to ask you, what do you do for fun? Because you seem like you have a lot of these very deep, insightful things that you're about. What is it about you that's so youthful that you do for you're 14? You know, what do you do for
If
fun?
I tell you I have fun, I'm going to be lying, because I don't actually have fun with anybody
At all?
at all, because having fun, really playing games are not really my thing. I intend doing more things like social media. I can spend hours on my phone like this, I won't move.
Okay. So
spend
your
hours.
favorite pastime would be something like spending time on social media?
Yeah, because people think I'm weird, because the only game, okay, for example, I don't like football. I hate football.
Me too.
I like
Yeah,
basketball.
that's fine.
That's my thing.
Okay.
Football, I can play it, but I like it, I don't like it. And this thing, people have this thing now, this thing, anime. I hate that thing. Like, if they mention that thing near me, I just walk away, because I hate hearing that thing. Like, guy, it's an anime. I'm like, what is with you and this anime? People have, like, you go to their rooms, you see different comics, anime. I just get tired and walk out, because I hate that thing called anime.
All right, cool, no problem. Okay, let's talk about your actual project. Now, first of all, what is it? What is it called, the project?
Help them rise.
Help Them Rise, fantastic. So when you say Help Them Rise, you're talking about the youth?
No, teenagers, actually. They're in secondary school.
Okay, so what genre of teenagers are you helping? Is it all teenagers, or is it a particular group of teenagers that
No,
you're...
indigents.
Indigents, what do you mean by indigent?
They can afford to go to school.
Okay, so you're trying to, I guess, raise money for teenagers to go to school?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so where is it going to be taking place? What time is it going to be taking place?
Well, it's going to be on 7th of December
7th of December, okay.
in JLE, the foyer of JLE.
Okay, that's for your Guiding Light Assembly.
Yeah, that's
and that's in
assembly,
Parkview Estate in Ikoyi.
Yes. We're going to start from 2.
Okay, 2 p.m.
2
okay.
p.m.
And what's it going to consist of? What's the lineup of the day going to be?
Well, we're first going to start with the opening remark.
Okay.
This is Tobe Ifunai.
Okay.
From there, we're going to start, we're going to have a time frame. Time frame will be like 2 hours.
Okay.
And from there, the main auction will start by 5:30.
Okay.
And then we're going to start auctioning things. As well, auctioning, if you pick the price, whatever you choose to pay, there's a paper you have to sign and enter your account details and photos. Or you can just pay yourself the POS if you have a card, something like
Okay.
that.
So
But
people can either pay with their card on the spot,
course, yeah.
or they can do a transfer.
Transfer,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So I try to tell people that it's an auction, not an exhibition. Because if you think it's an exhibition, just come, maybe someone will just come and look around and leave.
And you can leave, but
But
you're trying to get people to buy it.
to buy it,
So,
so
the
it's
point
an
is, it's an auction, not an exhibition.
No, it's an auction.
The purpose behind it is specifically for people to buy, so that you can raise this money for the teenagers.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
All right. So what exactly do you need from people? Do you need, I don't know, what does it
One
entail?
thing I will need right now is for people to attend the event.
People to attend the event.
Yes, indeed.
People with funds.
Funds to buy,
Yes.
also buy that thing.
Please, people with money to attend the event. Is there a way to find this information later on after the show?
Yes, I will provide that information.
Okay. Again, just going back on this same issue, what else do you think people your age can do to contribute to the social impact of the country?
Well, they can start by many things. There's one thing I noticed that people now age try to intend. They try to listen to their parents about something. Maybe they hear adults saying something and then they try to exaggerate it. For example, people will say, "Oh, Buhari is this, Buhari is that." I ask them, "How do you know this thing?" They say they hear it. I'm like, "From who?" Let me not get it wrong. I do it myself. I think most of my time I do it myself. But I try to ask people, where do you get the information from? And I confirm information before saying, because you can say it somewhere, and they may get killed from saying, like leaking that kind of information. That's it.
So that's it for you.
For me, for example, there's a project I'm actually doing. It's something I can do. Why? Because people nowadays who open charities, we may not really understand what it is. Like, for example, you want to open an orphanage, for example, and you don't know what it is to be homeless. You won't really understand where they're coming from. I would like openly say, I would like do this project with all my heart. Why? Because I know what it is not to go to school. Not because I didn't want to go to, but at that time, my mom couldn't afford it at that time. Because I was going through really financial difficulties. I didn't go to school for like almost 2015, no, 2011 one term, 2012 two terms, then the whole of 2016. But thank God now, I'm going to school. Everything's okay for me.
Fantastic.
I won't really say everything because I'm still going through psychological
But you're getting
issues.
out of it.
But I'm going to go to school.
Fantastic.
So I can openly say this because these teenagers, they need help because it'd be painful. You see these people that you see them go to school every day, but yet they can't go to school. And you know they have that thing that they're very brilliant. So why don't you just help them? Because they people open chances nowadays and you send them to any school they like, and they will not benefit from that school. That's why I specified when I was doing this project, good schools.
Good schools, not just any kind of
any
school.
kind of school, good
so you actually
schools.
need enough money to send them to good schools.
Like Keystone, St. Greg's, and other schools.
Okay. So you talked about your mom a few times. What was that conversation like? Because it's not easy to get, especially talking to your parents about wanting to do something like this that's not something more mainstream like law or medicine or any of those sorts of things. And most people want a 14-year-old to be concentrated with, and fixed on school at this point.
Yeah.
So how'd you get your mom to get on board with that?
My mom always told me that I should do what I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
As long as you have God backing you up, there's no problem with that. When I told her I wanted to do this project, it was like in August, as soon as I finished school, that was 13, that would be like June, July. I told her about this project. She said it was actually a good idea. But the thing is that who are the people that will support you in this thing? Because what people want now is publicity. I'm not looking for publicity. I'm looking for how we can help these children. So when I told her about this project, she was actually very okay with it. Because she said, since you know what it is, it'll be easier for you to communicate with these people. Like you said, most people want their children to be doctors like that. Me, doctor, God forbid. I am a doctor. What I actually want to study is computer engineering because I like anything that has to do with computer. I like
That's
it like
your
that.
thing.
That's my thing. I actually on history then, but found that I intend to get interested in computer engineering or computer things more than in history. I know, like Egypt, for example, I know most of the history of Egypt.
Okay.
I've scanned that thing in my brain like many times.
Back and forth.
Yeah, many times.
Okay.
But computer engineering is something that I actually prefer and actually like because that's my thing. So that's why when I get to university, I'm going to study throughout computer engineering.
Okay.
That's my thing.
So we've been talking about all this serious stuff, and I'm glad we've talked about your project. But now let's get to a fun part. So it's called rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Really quick, whatever it is that comes to your mind first when I ask the question. You good?
Yeah, okay.
You ready?
Props.
Okay, let's do this. If you could get yourself anything at all, what would you get? One thing right now.
A Bugatti.
Bugatti. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. Where is the worst place in the world to get stuck?
With my family.
With your family? Okay.
Family.
So, Moyo needs a break. He needs a break. Give him a vacation, please. Somebody give me a vacation. Nice vacation spot. Okay. What would you do if you got 15 minutes of fame? Like the whole world, like platform, like think Hollywood A-list. What would you do?
I'll mention all the ideas in my head and then get out. All the
Okay,
ideas in my head and
I
then
like
get out.
that. So that people can start to like support you and work on it.
Yeah.
Just shed some light on your ideas. I like that. Okay. Where would you go if you were invincible?
Australia. Like, just stay there, no one will see me. It's a come, please, just stay there, no one will see me. Live your life peaceful.
Okay.
Like, no one will see me doing anything.
Last question. Who is your favorite person to follow on Instagram?
Alex Custer.
Who?
Alex Custer.
Who is that? I don't even know that.
He's a YouTuber.
YouTuber? Okay, what does he, she?
He.
What does he do?
Yeah, like, he gives you information on how to take care of your hair and your face.
See, this guy, this is my kind of person. Taking care of grooming, I like it,
Yeah.
it. Never too young to start. So you like that whole, like, you know, look nice, look like a spice.
Yeah. But I actually like one more person.
Who?
Quavo.
Okay, so
Quavo.
that's
That's the two main
the rapper.
people.
Is
But it's a rapper.
I'm sorry, I don't know these things.
It's a rapper.
Nice. All right, thank you so much. So, one more time, let's just run through your event. So, when is it again? The date?
7th of December.
7th of December. It's at 2 p.m. at Guiding Light Assembly in Parkview Estate, Ikoyi. And please come on down with your money because we're trying to option some things, right? That's what we're trying to do. Thank you so much, Moyo.
No
Thank
problem.
you so much. We look forward to your event, and as much as possible, we'll try to, you know, publicize and get as many people as possible aware of what it is, right?
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. But don't forget to follow us on social media. We are HOTM TV on Instagram and Heart of the Matter on Facebook. Until next time, have a great rest of your week. Bye.